it was a time to also understand how the judicial system can contribute to countering this phenomena that has posed an existential threat to humanity in Africa and the rest of the world. Allow me to highlight two examples of good practices from Kenya. In the year 2022, the Environment and Land Court planted trees across the country to mark 10 years since establishment. This was a boost to the executive's plan of planting at least 15 billion trees by the year 2032. Further, since the COVID-19 experience, the courts accelerated going paperless through digitization of service. Progressively, this will reduce pressure on trees cut down for paper. Distinguished delegates, diverse research shows that detentions and prisons in most African countries hold more than thrice their capacity. In others, more than half of the detainees are petty offenders. Petty offenders are punishable by a fine, jail term, or both. Most of these people are hustlers. In other words, they may not raise the fines. Instead of custodial sentences, I urge the judiciary to embrace environmental conservation sentence, as has been recommended in a host of criminal justice reports. Distinguished delegates, Kenya is committed to environmental justice. You recall that last November, President William RUTO led the Kenyan delegation to the 27th Conference of the Parties, COP27, to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. Among other issues, the President highlighted the polluter pay principle. This is to compensate countries whose contribution to pollution is negligible, a majority being in Africa. While slugging implementation of the climate compensation model, we count on the judiciary to issue precedent-setting judgments. Such judgments will also inform new laws or reviews thereof for the benefit of the people. Further, Africa is leading in championing a sustainable development and ensuring a clean and healthy environment. As the coordinator of the Committee of African Heads of States and Government on Climate Change, President William RUTO will convene a continental summit focusing on climate action in 2024. Distinguished delegates, as recognized in the Johannesburg